But right now, while we're focusing on that their incentive for LinearC, we're going to go ahead and start off our bonus game of Resident Evil 2. That chat! We worked hard and we got it. We're helping out Linear. We're getting more content. Love that for us. So we're going to do some Resident Evil 2 with ZozoDuderino. Zozo, tell us about yourself and a little bit about your run.
Hello, I'm ZozoDuderino, aka Zoe, if you like. I am doing Resident Evil 2 Remake, Claire A, new game, infinite launcher, because what we're doing here is we're bringing the boom. And honestly, I'm glad to do this again, especially for Linear, who does like this game a lot. And we're just going to start with assisted, of course. And as soon as I hit the gas station, I will call. And start.
Sensational. So, oh, I love the suspenders, BT dubs. BT dubs. Suspenders are a 10 out of 10. They look real good, too. Not gonna front.
I need some.
Oh my gosh.
Wait here. I'll check it out.
So one of my favorite things about the Resident Evil series, so I know that we have a lot of horror pros in chat.
Don't come any closer.
But I'm unsure how many people are aware that, like, when you have your different routes and whatnot, that they actually change based on route A and B, and that's dependent on who you start with. And I think that this is actually the very first run of Resident Evil I ever played of any Resident Evil period, was Claire A. So this is like down memory lane for me. They've done a great job of updating your cup ramen and everything too.
And honestly, Claire is the best. Okay, second best female protagonist. The first best goes to Rebecca Chambers. I like Rebecca a lot.
Rebecca deserves more love.
Exactly. Bring her back.
Yeah.
Capcom. I'm looking at you right now.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I wasn't gonna call out Capcom because I got a couple of things on the Capcom agenda, like the Breath of Fire 3 Collector's Edition. Anyway, anyways. So, what are you doing there? Like, why are you doing like? It looks like you're doing like a little bit of a jig while you're ducking down and whatnot. Does that make you go a little bit faster, or what's causing that?
So that I am just clicking like the little aim, I'm pressing that aim button, but just a little tap, because doing that makes you move faster up and down stairs. Oh. And I definitely need that especially for this.
Okay, perfect.
And we're here, RPD.
We're at RPD, Raccoon Police Department, where there's a big sign that says keep out, so obviously we're gonna go in. You can't tell us. Yeah, like y'all should have known this from like grade school. You can't put the big sign that says don't do this, because we're going to do it. And especially in a speed run, especially if it gives us time save, yeah, we're gonna do that. You're gonna have to just be upset with us. Sorry.
Especially just in horror movies in general, you have to investigate.
Now, see, this is where I get a little bit squeamish with horror games, because I love doing the commentary for horror games. Ah, yes, our first Zambi friend. Hey, homie. I love commentating horror games, but when it comes to playing them, I'm a big punk. So more power to you, because I'm very good at like looking at people and screaming at them, and I'm a terrible liar. That's not the first zombie. That's just the first ACAB zombie, we'll say.
Yes.
That's the first one of those. But when it comes to playing these, I like shake up and whatnot. There's our other homie who we've all seen this run probably many a time, so we'll say hi bye to him real fast. Also love how we tape this up, and it's very obvious you should not be there, but you're gonna go in there anyway, because again,
it's like, what are you doing here? Nothing.
No, we're not doing a single thing, girl. What you mean? I was just over here having some minding my business. Ah, yes. So, you are doing a launcher run.
Yes, infinite launcher, because we're bringing the boom. We have to.
So, I'd like to take this moment then to speak a little bit on two fronts. One, I want to explain to everybody what that means for how we get to the launcher run. But then the second thing, I do want to remind everybody that we have an incentive open right now for Clock Tower 3. So, we're kicking off with your nice, cozy Capcom horror, and then we're gonna end it with even more Capcom horror. Oh my God, the heels are an aesthetic. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I love a good high heel shoe. Wow, those shoes were amazing. Apologies. But we do have that incentive open for some cutscenes from Clock Tower 3. It's gonna go till the end of the Clock Tower run. So exclamation point donate in chat. Get those donations in. We want to see those cutscenes. They're corny, they're cheesy, they're campy. They don't have the nice remake treatment that Capcom gave us for Resident Evil. Clock Tower, honestly, we'll probably never see that treatment, but we're not going to talk about that. You're going to want to see those cutscenes, so make sure you get those donations in. The second thing I want to talk about while we're running around in this pretty linear section, but, oh, by the way, we're raising money for LinearC, is that the way that you get to an infinite rocket launcher setup is not like a casual one and done beat the game thing. It's usually with Resident Evils, you have to play through the game multiple times in order to unlock it. Oh girl, that's your, you gotta watch where you're walking.
Kind of go a little bit faster.
Oh, sensational.
Because I don't have to go down the stairs and like a slinky.
Oh, not the slinky. That just makes my bones hurt. That makes my bones very, very sad. But yes, if you've never ever done anything like this for Resident Evil, even if you're like not a big horror head, I cannot express to you enough how satisfying it is to get to unlimited rocket launcher or even unlimited favorite gun in your Resident Evil game. It's a great time. You should do it. You should absolutely do it. So why exactly are you running around so much through RPD? Like what brings Claire to this locale?
So Claire's searching. Claire's just trying to get from point A to point B, and then turns out she has to stop in RPD, or Raccoon City. And unfortunately, everything has to go to crap. And now she's the main protagonist.
Marvin, are you there?
That's not exactly how you want to become the main protag ever. Ooh, that man needs a lozenge in the back there.
Oh,
really
absolutely.
wanted your attention. Really wanted to be heard.
So
of course,
hey, I'm primary material. It's like, no, dude. I'm sorry.
It's like, but what if I want to be the lead? Well,
so, yeah, just don't call us. We'll call you. just wait for the phone.
I was drinking a little bit of tea when you said that, and it almost went sideways. We were gonna have to put Lifeline for Linear on pause. Sorry, the host is currently trying to die, so we can't. We have to pause for a second, but we're good.
The tea is the evil resident.
Oh no, not this, not this. Hey, homie. I feel
Just hanging around.
Oh, not this.
Hey, bud.
Anything but this. I feel like, wasn't that supposed to be a jump scare? Wow.
That one depends on, like, if he was facing the other way, I could have ran past him. But if he was facing me, I could not get past him.
Oh, he got those messed up hit boxes. That's what we call those.
Hey, bud.
I say, yeah, there's a lot of visitors around here, a lot of friends that aren't quite friends. He's trying his best, and I can't even be upset at him about that. Ooh, excuse me. So as
He
we're
was just
running
on the floor, like he had the 100-piece nugs from McDonald's and a Diet Coke, and he just like, I gotta lay down.
Whoa,
I gotta lay down
forgot.
now.
The 100 piece was a thing, an enigmatic piece of history. Oh wow, wow, absolutely dreadful. But what's not dreadful is Linear herself. We love Linear, and that's why we're here helping raise money for her to help with bills and other hardships that have been thrusted upon her. Life hasn't been kind to Linear, but we want to be kind to Linear. So make sure you do exclamation point donate in chat. We still have that incentive open. You can do it, chat. I believe in us that believes in you. I also love the amount of memorization that comes from Resident Evil runs in particular, because Resident Evil really, I kind of think, uplifted the horror genre in a lot of ways, because you had your point and clicks in other games where it's just like, it's puzzles and things and stuff, and you have to run around and solve things. But Resident Evil really did give you just that little bit, that crumb, that taste, the LaCroix of action, if you will. And so you could always be doing other things, but there's always the root of having to solve puzzles and figure out what happened here in Raccoon City. Because I believe you mentioned this a little bit with the story stuff. Oh, those are pipes that you shot at.
It's fine. Girl.
That
doesn't make it fine, but you know, in this situation.
Okay. That's cool. Everything about that is really cool and neat and awesome and very, very normal? Question mark?
In
I guess you're.
World,
I was gonna say you are running around a city that has zombies. So I guess that normal is kind of like a far cry at this stage. But hey, at least you don't have to deal with any future problems like Mr. X and friends.
oh, absolutely. Because that should be terrible.
Yeah, Mr. X a jerk. So is Nemesis. But we don't talk about them too terribly much.
Who even let Mr. X out? He should have just been in Aruba, just hanging out. Just on a vacation.
He's another episode of he was trying his best. He was minding his business, drinking tea, probably eating just some pizza, having some snacks. And then someone came in and just had to mess up the entire vibe. Looking at you, Will Birkin, it's your fault. This is your fault. Well, let me take that back. It's not entirely Will Birkin's fault. That's not true. That's not
gonna put
true.
his name up there.
It's pretty high up there, yeah. It's pretty solid. You could say that it's mostly his fault. Oh,
There's Sherry.
Hello?
hey Sherry. We'll get to you in a second. I have to read this
Catch up soon.
donation. Yeah, we'll come back for you after I read the donation. I have a $10 donation from Holly that says, I had the privilege of meeting LinearC and her son last year, and they are so great. So happy to see the community come together and help them out throughout the weekend. Thank you so much, Holly. And yeah, if you haven't had a chance to really like get to know Linear or see any of their runs and stuff, not only is this a great time to like learn more about them and see their content, but also we're here to help out Linear. We're here to help her through a hard time and make life just a little bit easier for her. And so by all means, even if it's only $5 that you have, exclamation point donate in chat, $5 goes a long way and it's way helpful. Anything that you can contribute is appreciated. Plus, you can get those cutscenes. The cutscenes, they're kind of ratchet. I'll just go out and say it. I didn't want to go that far, but I'm gonna go that far. They're kind of ratchet. Zozo, you have to understand.
Where's your dad?
As a commentator for the run, I had to watch some of them. I have several questions. And none of them are friendly. Not even remotely nice.
I haven't heard that word in a long time.
Oh, I wear that out very, very regularly, sadly.
Okay. Key card first. Then that asshole gets.
So now we're gonna get a key. And unfortunately, take care of a few liquors along the way.
Ugh. Anything but this.
Doing yoga.
Liquors. So I can't actually say anything about liquors because the last Resident Evil run that I did say something about liquors, I unfortunately invoked commentator curse.
Oh.
And so I can't okay, let me explain. I'll explain. Liquors. Resident Evil staple. We need them. We don't love them, but we love them. It's a weird dynamic. It's awkward. Liquors. So I was commentating for the Resident Evil 5 run, and I was talking smack about the liquors. Nice shot.
Thank you.
And I made the comment of how liquors are betas no matter what because they can't even see anything. They can't even smell anything. And at that point, the liquors got extremely angry and just started decimating the runs.
Oh gosh.
See where that guy
It
came
was... Yeah. It was definitely a journey and a half. So I'm not gonna talk badly about the liquors. They're very lovely. They have beautiful teeth.
Yeah.
They have great teeth. And I have never said a mean thing about a liquor ever. in my life. Sure haven't. Nope.
They got good dental plans.
They have excellent dental. Envious of it, even. Now,
I don't think they have a 401k yet.
I don't think that they got that far. I feel like that's a lot for Umbrella to be offering. That would imply that they're a good employer, and I don't know about that, boss.
True.
So now we're not running around just all Umbrella stuff, right? It's not just the police department, or is it strictly the police department? This part I actually do not remember off the top of my head.
So this part specifically is the police department, but there's some Umbrella stuff in there.
Oh.
Like that little room too. That's a little secret room.
Ooh.
I believe I got that zombie right there. I don't believe I did. I don't know if I did.
Is he going to cause problems if you did not?
If I didn't kill him and I come out that door, he would attack me.
Oh, you're healthy though. You're fine.
He didn't attack me. We're good.
Okay, fantastic. Well, he died anyway, so maybe he should dodge better. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Piccolo needs to teach him how to dodge.
I feel like since the only thing they know how to do at this point is feed, probably trying to teach a zombie doesn't work very well. They'd have to get that from the school of Twisted Metal Black, and that's completely different franchise, IP, developer of the works. So that's just not a thing that's going to happen anymore.
I love that game.
Oh God, Twisted Metal Black. That's an IP that we've also been wondering about too. Like, is it just gone? Is it dead? What are we doing with that? How do we deal with that? But while you're running around here, I did want to take a moment to talk a little bit about Linear and who we're helping more directly and openly, so that we know who these donations are going to be benefiting. Oh, yeah, hi. Hey.
Gotcha.
Oh man. You ever take a rocket to the chest? So, anywho, let's talk about Linear for a second and some of her gaming, shall we? Because we're still running around a little bit. We don't have that many men to shoot at current. We might be seeing Marvin here in a little bit, but that's about it. So, yeah. LinearC, for those of you who are unaware, has been gaming her entire life since she was a kid and received her first gaming console, a gift meant for Christmas, but is found early by Linear. See, she got those puzzle skills early on. But Linear found it and was like, Christmas ruined. My Christmas starts right now. In 2015, Linear discovered Games Done Quick, which then led her to Frame Fatales and Lady Arcaders communities. She then began volunteering in various roles from hosting to community moderation, and soon became a lead for Lady Arcaders and a runner in games in general. She likes the horror genre a lot, y'all. You got to show up for the horror games. You got to donate during the horror blocks. So Linear loves helping and uplifting others in her community and helping raise money for charities. And if you want to know any more about how to help Linear directly, you can type !LFL in the chat. And I kind of want to add a little bit more to that too. The way that I met Linear. Hey, I'm trying to give a heartfelt moment and you are breathing halitosis all over the runner, and I don't appreciate that. Right. I don't appreciate that. The way that I met Linear was actually through Unapologetically Black and Fast, because she decided to submit for that, and she was really excited to see that the lead was someone that looked like her too. So she's now part of the newly christened Block and Flash community as well. So she's really trying to like spread her wings, help out everybody, engage as many communities as possible, uplift people, and we should be working to do the same. So again, a little bit about Linear, !donate in the chat. Let's get that incentive, y'all. And just to take a moment in chat too, there is something very cathartic even about yelling at someone, "Get away from me," and then launching a rocket launcher at them.
Absolutely. And if anybody saw I had a real weird face, is because Mr. X was outside that door I left from the office, just kneeling. I don't know why, he just was. I guess you want to be nice.
Something about Mr. X, Nemesis, the whole lot of them, just generally speaking, it's like sometimes they're just out of pocket, and sometimes they're helpful. More times than not, though, they're out of pocket.
Really gotta check themselves, because they're gonna wreck themselves. It's too late.
Listen, so I actually have a request for chat. I want to see, personally, me,
That works.
I want to see a $5 train of your favorite Resident Evil enemies and why they're your favorites. Because even though I taught, hey homie, oh, the neck bite? Nasty work.
Yeah.
The club is in shambles. Actually in shambles. Can't believe this. I want to see them because even though I joke about liquors, I think they're actually some of my favorite monster designs in the entire Resident Evil series. And like I said, I've gone through 1, 2, 3. I don't tell anyone, but I haven't played 4 yet.
I heard
But I have
nothing.
played 5. I have played 5. And so you've got lots of options there, even from just those 4 games. So if we could get a train, about your favorite baddies. Actually, you know what? I'll broaden it even more. I don't even want just your baddies in Resident Evil. I want your favorite horror baddies, period. It could be Clock Tower. It could be Resident Evil. It could be any horror game. We could whip out the fated Dino Crisis, because you know Capcom forgot about that game, but I haven't. I'd love to see anything you've got there. Ah, yes, the fated wire puzzles.
There we go.
Yes.
I thought I missed that for a moment. I was like, no.
I mean, the nice thing about those is it's a little bit forgiving-ish. Oh, yes. So now...
All right, now we got
Yeah,
Blockhead.
Yeah, I was going to say, tell us about the segment that you're running into at the current moment.
So right now we are trapped in our room as Sherry, and we had to escape. However, we need the scissors to cut a little board right here so we can get out of here. Interesting how the guy running this place did not notice this.
I think my favorite part is that it's literally just covered up by cardboard.
And like some large duct tape. It's like, huh. This isn't suspicious at all.
Nothing about this is weird. Especially if you think about it from the opposing side, it's just an open hole in the wall. We got some people saying bring back Sherry too. Oh, that would actually be really cool. Like we have a Resident Evil. The next one is actually like a college-bound Sherry. Oh, that would actually be sick.
The thing is, with Resident Evil 6, Sherry is in that.
Oh?
And she is a young adult.
It's like I knew, chat. I legitimately didn't know that. I just want to make sure that that's clear. I actually had no idea that that's what was happening. I just heard Resident Evil 6 was not liked by a lot of people.
Yeah, it's...
No,
Yeah.
it's him.
Yeah. I mean... Yeah. Let's just leave it at that, yeah.
Yeah. But you want to know what else is kind of weird to talk about is all the awesome things that this small child just got exposed to.
Right?
Along with the profanity adult. Love that for us.
Just rude.
Somebody, please.
He's chasing us. Why you... Don't chase us. Alright, now we gotta hide.
Yes.
The stealth section. And we gotta lock in.
I'll stay quiet.
I think it's time for me to truly lock in. Charizard style.
Not this. I also love this cutscene because it's so like there's a lot of tension, but it's also like extremely goofy when you sit down and think about it.
It is, isn't
Where
it?
are you? Show yourself! I know
Where
you're
are
in here.
you?
The longer it takes me to find you,
I would never
worse
not
it's
make
gonna
that joke
be.
whenever he says that.
Also,
We just gotta hide just a bit
I'm
more.
saying, and even for how much the wood and stuff creaks, it's like, oh yeah, the logic here,
Specifically deaf to like wood sounds.
right? Like you can hear it when he's on there, but not. Dude, you only searched one section.
God damn it!
And we can just run down here to this table.
Now, who is this man, if you don't mind my asking?
So he is the keeper of this orphanage, but he's also doing some shady stuff as well. If you notice, half of his face is messed up because he's working on some mischievous stuff. But he's also just a minor guy. He only shows up in this, and that's it.
This is your last fucking chance. Show
He's not
yourself.
important. He's not sequel material.
He kind of sucks at hide and seek.
Especially with a flashlight and I'm right here. Hi.
Oh. Sir, your
You
face
can actually
is cooked.
You can actually hide right there, and then when he does that animation where he knocks over the files, you can just run behind him.
That's my key. I see.
Oh, not you actually cut him off too. Help! I do want to give a quick kind of update about what we're here for and what we're raising money for, and some information about why this marathon is specifically important, if that's okay. Unless there's something coming up that we need to talk about.
No.
Okay, sensational. So I know I've mentioned a couple of times that Linear, oh, that's an axe. Okay, yeah, he's weird. I know I mentioned a couple of times that we're helping out Linear and her son, and I want to talk about some of the impacts of what this debt has actually done and then some statistics around it. So one of the big things about having a lot of debt is studies have shown that individuals who are in debt are more likely to also experience depression and anxiety. Stress quickly becomes a factor and affects emotional, physical, cognitive, and behavioral wellness, and it can impact one's quality of life and the quality of life of people around them. And so to kind of share a little bit of relevance around that too, as someone who has been in therapy for the last 6 months and recently diagnosed and made into the category of neurospiciness, I don't want to center myself too much because we're here for Linear. It is definitely something that has a toll on you and really reshapes your worldview, because there was a time frame where I had lots and lots and lots of debt and had no idea how to go about it. And I had people in my corner who actively kind of helped me understand it, work through it, benefited me, and sent me things where I could. And now it's like not having those burdens on my shoulders at all times. It really just made a mountain of quality of life difference. Oh God, this man. So don't be like Mr. X. Don't encourage people be in debt. Donate to keep people out of debt and alleviate the problems of single motherhood. ! Donate in chat. Don't be Mr. X. Help out LinearC. What a jerk. He keeps showing up when I try to have heartfelt moments with chat.
Such a non-gentleman.
Oh. Prick. I thought he was about to get up, and I was going to be like, you're not serious.
It's like, come on, man.
I saw it, but it was just the glitchy arm. We're good. We're good.
He just regenerates. It's like, so about that launcher he just hit me with. It's like, oh no.
I mean, play the right Resident Evil, that might be an accurate assessment, depending. They don't die of rocket launchers, but they died of flash grenades. Hey girl, get out of here. Looking like a dire Ada Wong. Ain't nobody asked for you.
Ada Zero.
Ada Zero. Ada Alpha, like the worst version. This is your reminder that... Yeah, this is your reminder that puppers in horror games are not friends. These are not your friends. Please do not pet these puppers. They don't... No, don't pet those.
No, you don't want to mess with these ones. They're too tough.
There are many things I can say about horror dogs, and none of them are kind. But I will never tire of seeing zombies having to deal with blowback damage. That's 10 out of 10.
Absolutely.
Oh yes, so we didn't even mention that part, that Sherry is in an orphanage.
Yes.
Now is a good time.
This is her origin at the moment. Because we find out later that her mother and father work for Umbrella.
Hello? I have the pendant.
And we're about to go underground to get to the Umbrella facility that is underneath the entire area. So they kept her close.
Mm-hmm.
And left her with this guy.
Whose face is like melting off. Because that's very normal.
Claire.
That's what happens when you have too many warheads, those candies.
Oh, I love warheads. You can't do this to me. My face is
Okay,
gonna
maybe
start
not
melting.
warheads.
I was gonna say, my face is gonna start melting at any given second. I hate that for me.
Don't stop!
I haven't had them in a while. I've seen them around though.
Keep going.
I've seen them, and I usually use them for charity fundraising. There's a couple of types that they are extra sour, so I like the basic warheads because I like pain. But then they have super sour ones that I'll use for charity fundraising specifically. And everyone gets to watch as my face like contorts in real time trying to eat them. They're painful. Also, do not eat more than 3 of them in one sitting, and I say that from experience. It's a bad time.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's you shouldn't do that. You definitely should not do that. But what you should do is type ! incentives in chat to look at the current incentives that we have going for the marathon. Again, we do have the open incentive for Clock Tower 3. Viewing some of those cutscenes, you want to see them. I don't know how else to explain it, but you definitely want to see them. Again, ! incentives in chat to see what's open. ! donate in chat to help out Linear.
Hold on, Sherry. I'll be right there.
So,
For the record.
poor Sherry. So, for the record.
Oh, sorry. I wore this Charizard onesie just so I could do that locked in bit, and now I'm kind of warm.
I mean, take the hood off. That's all you gotta do. It's just you gotta let the air flow back to your head, and then life gets better. Trust me, I'm a seasoned hoodie wearer and someone who's perpetually cold. You gotta learn to balance the two.
That is true.
It's very, very easy to do. Just take the hood off. Life is better. But then the second that you get cold again, it's just this perpetual moment of putting things back and forth. It's a whole dance. It's a whole dance. What is? Oh,
hey,
yeah.
bud.
Hey, homie.
All right. He's
He was looking like those
Listen
wavy
to-
arm dudes at the car shops.
Oh, I know those. He put on abracadabra and he's just trying to do the dance.
Yeah. He was trying his best. They all are.
He tried.
Well, most of them are. I shouldn't say they all are, but most of them are. Also, love how, because it's a horror game, they have to make the doors close or open as slow as possible.
Right, like we got things to do.
Yes. That's another thing that's really great about replaying the Resident Evil series is the first few times, hey homie, I was like, did I see you on the side right? I did. The first few times you play them, you're terrified. But once you've got like your second or third playthrough under your belt, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
What the fuck?
And there's that one moment where there's that one playthrough where you just know. You already have your guns ready. You turn the John Wick.
Yeah.
It's
Oof.
like, I'm ready.
Oof. Yep. The zombies don't stand a chance. They're trying. They've been set up. They've been practicing. They rehearse their lines, and you come in and just shoot them, and then the whole thing's ruined for them. They'll be fine. They'll get over it. They always do.
The one zombie. It's like, I don't remember this in the script.
Speaking of things that are not in the script, this prick. Y'all were talking about eyeballs and little nightmares. I think Resident Evil kicked off the eyeball trend, honestly, because Resident Evil 2 had a lot of eyeballs. And I don't...
So many eyeballs. I don't get it.
I don't know why. Once again, I'm blaming Will Birkin. A, for injecting himself, and B, for abandoning his child.
Right.
Kind of makes him a loser of the year.
Loser of the millennium. Just him specifically.
Him specifically. If you don't know, you're better off. You're better off. And now that I've said that, I just... Oh, go ahead.
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh. Now that I've said that, I was going to actually mention... I don't recall, did we see him this playthrough? Or is that Leon A that you see him?
You see Birkin... Oh, we actually fought him earlier.
Did I miss that? Was I disassociating?
He was Big Arm when we went to go see
Oh,
him.
yeah, you know what? You're so right, bestie. He's Big Arm with the eyeball.
Yes.
You should play the game again. I see you in chat. You should play the game again. absolutely play the game again. Maybe I'll play this again. I used to run the strategy guide for it. I didn't run it. I just was the intel for it. And that was years
Do it
ago.
for Charizard.
Do it for Charizard. Do it for Charizard. Do it for Linear. Do it for the horror girlies everywhere. So I believe we're a good chunk of the way through this run. So we're in the basement areas that you talked about before, and we've kind of forgotten about Sherry.
Yeah, so Sherry is elsewhere right now. We're gonna go get her. We're gonna go get her, actually. But right now we do gotta get ourselves out of this little area.
Yeah,
And go through the sewers a little bit more, fortunately.
And this is the area that has lots of interesting puzzling because you have different plugs and they're chess pieces.
And I love chess. I don't play it enough, though.
Well, I feel like this is a flavor of chess that nobody asked for, unfortunately. I like regular chess. I like chess for normal people.
Not for Resident Evil people, just normal people.
Normal people. The one where it has a table, then the pieces are on the table. Usually there's a cup of tea involved, maybe some tea biscuits, and you just kind of hang out and do some strategy. And then Resident Evil said, what if we put multi-eyed blob monsters with this in a sewer and attached all of your plugs to it and said if you don't get the right plug pieces, you're stuck.
And you'll never be able to do anything about it.
Oh! Now, I do have a $5 donation from... Hold on 1 second. I'm just processing this name. It's a $5 donation from Lump Beef Broth. I feel like that's just... never mind, I'm thinking too hard about it. And they said, my favorite horror villains are Pyramid Head from Silent Hill because they're scary, the Lickers from Resident Evil because they use their tongues for evil. That could be read a certain way. We're going to put a pin in that. And Goro from... Oh, wild answer. Goro from Mortal Kombat because he can hold you down with 2 arms and beat you with his other 2 arms. And if you don't think Mortal Kombat is a horror game, watch the movie. It's horrific. So chat, here's the thing. But which Mortal Kombat? Because you say that like there's not 3 movies.
Right,
Let's get into that. Let's get into that for a second. There's 3 Mortal Kombat movies. Are we talking the most recent one? Are we talking the original one that had like all types of bad 90s techno to it? Are we talking Mortal Kombat Annihilation? It can't be Annihilation because he's not in Annihilation. I actually just resolved that myself. I don't want to go further than this. Chat, please save me. I don't want to expose any more about how much I know about the Mortal Kombat movies.
Okay, now here's Birkin again, trying to break through to the other side.
You know what?
And
As soon as you... Yeah, as soon as you... Oh, that was clean. Yeah, as soon as you said that and you said big arm, I was like, oh, that's right. That's the original key art too, because it's him with the big transformed arm with the eyeball with the beam. Because, you know, when you get those big arms, you don't use wrenches anymore. You use actual beams. And yeah, that's him. There he is.
Yeah.
I lied to chat
Just
earlier.
getting-
I'm so sorry.
Getting blasted.
Getting blasted
The
over
right to
here.
remain silent. I'm not getting closer to him. It's like no point. Come on, Crane.
I got a surprise for you.
Now we just gotta wait for that Crane to come around and hit him. Give a leap of faith. Now normally I would have shot him and then he would have got hit, but I kind of just been letting him think he's gonna get it, and then he doesn't get it.
This is taking forever.
And you said, I'm glad you called out the silent moment because I would have kept yapping.
Although he had the right to remain silent.
Oh, see, I thought you told me to be silent because you see, I
No.
close up with the quickness.
Not that far.
No, I'd never do that.
That cable car.
Right, we
Birkin,
gotta.
though.
Yeah, I was about to say, so Sherry's in much better hands now. Like, literally anyone that's not her dad is better hands. Let me take that back. Mr. X exists. Anyone who's not an Umbrella employee, upgrade. That's
Like
an upgrade.
Leon, Chris,
Almost there, Sherry.
that one guy, Carlos.
I think Carlos, yeah. Rebecca, of course. If Rebecca was
of
here.
course.
Oh, good.
Rebecca, of course.
Jill.
The cable car.
Jill. Oh, we do love Jill.
Jill's pretty rad.
Jill's
Okay.
pretty great.
Better check everything.
Oh, I'm gonna read some chat here
Just gotta
too.
turn back.
This is Raw Julia in Street Fighter Erasure. Hold on a second. Time out. We were talking
Wait a second.
about people. Well, I guess JPEG. No, that's fine. That's fine. We were talking about people you like. Hey, nice coat. Where'd you get that, Sherry?
Yeah, where did you
I'm
get
getting you
that?
treatment.
Where'd you get
Just
that
hold on,
coat?
Sherry.
It's very
It's
nice
okay.
red. Very peculiar coat. Street Fighter is so bad it wraps around to being good again. Accurate. If we're talking about the Street Fighter live action, correct. Never forget that the guy who plays M. Bison is also the husband in Adam's Family.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Wait.
Yes. The guy who plays M. Bison is also the husband in Adam's Family, and I can't even make that up.
What?
When it was brought to my attention, my mind also was very blown.
The more I know. The more I know.
Yes. And what about Ada Wong? Good or bad? That's the beauty I feel of Ada Wong, is that there's no correct answer, I don't think.
I'm personally not a fan. I'm not a fan of Ada Wong.
You're not a fan of Ada Wong?
I'm afraid I am not a fan of Ada Wong.
That's fair. That's fair. I
Ada
respect
Wong.
it. I completely respect that. I understand. Ada's an interesting one. For sure. For sure. Although I have to double check something real fast. We do still have that incentive open for those cutscenes in Clock Tower 3. The problem is that my math has malfunctioned. This is my mental math, not anything that the prod crew has done. Production has been fantastic for this. Can we get some love in chat for the production crew? My math has malfunctioned, but I know that we still have a little bit to go to meet that $250 incentive. So make sure you're getting those donations in. I want to hear about your favorite villains. Raw Julia is a good villain. It's true. It's very true. I will give you that. But nonetheless, I need more villains. I need more of them to come in. I want even like the ones that aren't in horror games. Like if you've got somebody that you're just like, this is going to be way left field, I'm interested in it. I'm interested in it. I need to know. Who are your favorite villains though? The only one I'm blacklisting is Axel from Kingdom Hearts because he's not a villain. We're not doing this talk. We're not having this fight. We're not doing it.
It's not
So you-
happening. Don't even try it. It's not happening.
It's not. But now you're in a lab? Question mark?
So now we are in the Umbrella lab called Nest. And unfortunately, they do experiments here, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're coming up against some really tough enemies. We just saw actually. Called the salad boys, or like the little.
The what?
They're called the salad boys, or like salad fingers. They're basically the plant monsters who have 3 or 4 orbs on them to shoot, and if they catch you, it is 1-hit kill.
Oh. I feel like I forgot that cursed lore. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. So I hate that you said salad fingers.
Manual mode engaged.
It's just how I.
Amount of solution to
That's how I
water
saw it.
capacity.
Thanks, I hate it. Yes, the other Resident Evil classic of
Liquids.
mixing liquids and mixing things that you definitely should not be mixing. Please do not mix things like this at home, kids.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's not Mountain
T.
Dew.
Yeah, that's not Mountain Dew. It's not apple juice. It is not for your sippy cup. Do not consume. This is one where you need to read the label. Don't consume this.
It's not
Please.
Martinelli's.
It is not. You know, it's funny you say that because I was just thinking about how I have Martinelli's behind me, but I call them apple grenades.
Oh, I like that.
But they look like little apple grenades. Oh, hey, homie. Oh, bye, homie.
Hey. Yeah, he tried. He read the script, but he jumped the time.
Mm-hmm.
Before they called action, he just ran out.
That shouldn't have been that funny. I'm sorry. I've just got this visual now of like a bunch of lickers all lined up cheering on that one dude who's about to jump down, and he jumps too early and just gets completely murked by a rocket.
It's like, you got it. Oh, you suck, Tim.
Oh, there goes Marv. Who's going next? I'm not going down there. They have a rocket launcher. I'm not going down there. No.
It's like Danny, you? No.
Nah. Nah. I just realized I gotta go walk my toaster. Sorry. I heard my refrigerator. It's actually running. It's also taking my TV with it. I gotta go handle that. My bad.
So what I just did there is we have a frequency sequencer, and we only have to do 2, Murph and OSS, which makes it a lot easier if you just do it now. And I'm crap right now.
Oh, you're fine. These puzzles I've always been horrendous at. Absolutely terrible at them.
Because that OSS, we're going to need for a little bit later, actually, to get into another place.
5 new messages.
And now we're in the cold.
Damn. Should have packed my park.
If only she had another coat. Wonder
Yeah,
where
what
her
happened to
coat
her
is.
last one?
It's so weird. Her coat's missing.
Sherry.
Complete.
You have anything to say about that, huh?
Oh my gosh. So I do want to remind everyone while we're running through this very normal looking safe lab that definitely doesn't have corpses on the floor, that you are currently watching Lifeline for Linear. And Lifeline for Linear is a mutual aid marathon raising money for fellow speedrunner LinearC, who recently became a single mother and has accrued a lot of unexpected debt. In response, her friends and community have come together to present for 5 days of amazing speedruns in her support. If you want to help Linear directly, you can make your donation using !donate in the chat. And again, we do have that incentive open for Clock Tower 3 to see those cutscenes. It's a great way to close out the night. It's going to be late for a lot of us. A lot of us are going to have the giggles. A lot of us are going to be finishing up Din Din, maybe wrapping up for the night, getting ready for our work day. It's a great way to go to bed stress-free and knowing that your blood pressure is low. Thoughts on Elsa as a bad girl? Are we talking Elsa from Frozen?
Subject to display.
Is she that bad?
Area measures.
I forgot Syndrome was a villain.
Oh, Syndrome's great. Top tier.
Yeah, Syndrome's top tier. Darth Vader, I'm gonna say something spicy. I think Darth Vader's overrated.
Oh.
I think he's overrated. He had... Darth Vader and many villains could have been alleviated if men would go to therapy. And that's where I'm gonna leave that. And I look forward to seeing chat never again after being fired from my hosting duties.
I wanted to add on to that, but I was like, maybe not.
Yeah.
So,
Claire's trying her best. She's cold, but she's not that cold anymore. And she's still carrying this rocket launcher like a boss.
And the heels. And suspenders. Specifically suspenders.
It's the suspenders for me. The heels and the suspenders are a vibe. I endorse lots of suspenders. And I also didn't know that you could actually solve those prior to even showing up to them. Because I'm definitely the person that would show up to them and be like sitting there running knobs a ton and being very confused.
I did that in the early days of practicing this, where I just went up to like that wall. I was like, okay, I gotta do this makes sense. And then I watched a couple cool cats, Rancy and Big Scared, who did it before. And I was like, oh, okay,
Thank God.
now I know.
The antiviral agent. Gotta get
Oh,
back to
so I have an idea. Well, my first idea is to read this $10 donation from JPEG that says, PT, you're so right that Axel isn't a villain in Kingdom Hearts. The real villain in Kingdom Hearts is Michael Mouse.
Yes. Let me add Mickey. Let me add that Michael. That mouse has a thing or two coming.
Also, favorite villain, I just want to give a shout out to Shadow Queen Peach in Paper Mario The Thousand-Year Door. I just think she's neat. JPEG calling Shadow Peach their favorite potato. Love to see it. Love to see it. And yes, you, Rency. They mentioned you.
Yeah. The Rency.
The Rency. So, chat, we had another idea. Because if you're into raising your blood pressure like me, and therefore you have to take hydrochlorothiazide every single day, what you could do is donate, and your message could be things that you can't tell your boss tomorrow, and then I can be the one that's put on a line because I'm the one that gets to say it out loud. My only request is please don't say things that have profanity and stuff in it. But if you want to call your boss a clod, now is your time to get that stress off of your chest. I'm not even asking for a lot, maybe a $5 dono here or there. You could even do a $2 dono here or there. Exclamation point donate, put in those donations, and PT will read messages you wish you could tell your boss. Get it out your system. You're in a safe space. Let it all release. That mouse ain't your friend? He's not. Though, okay. That mouse is not my friend. And that probably more directly explains why I don't like Donald and Goofy. Because they're homies with the mouse. And it makes sense. They'd probably be throwing for content now that I've said it out loud.
Yeah? Thank you for
Oh my god.
The mouse is a king, right? If I remember correctly.
glad I met you.
Which one?
Really glad I met you too.
Michael Mouse.
Yeah.
But save
Yeah.
your thanks until I get you out of this place.
And despite the fact that we've had, despite the fact that we've had 872 games, we still don't know where he stands on a lot of stuff, because it's a very enriching story. Happy Dude, now's your time to shine. Now's your time to shine. Again, just no profanity, please. I'll even read them with
the king of catching these hands.
Right, I'll even read them in my best professional voice. I'll even hit you with that polite voice. The one that you're just like, it appears that this relationship is no longer going to be beneficial to both parties. Oh, we got a timer.
Now we're out of here. We're in the end game now. There's more salad fingers, salad boys.
So, boys. So, how cooked would it be if they actually forced you to do the escort mission for this the same way they did in 4?
Oh,
Where,
no.
how many people you think would have rage quit?
I think a lot of people would. They would take like a 20-minute break, get a burrito, and it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it again. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, those are a lot of moments where it's like it's time to step away. Because I just know the way that Sherry would have got cooked by salad fingers. Hate it. Hate to see it. Hate to see it.
Sherry's gonna try to get this door open. She's just taking her time. You know, we got 8 minutes until this place blows up. This is fine.
Everything's fine. It's a time sequence. Clearly, you couldn't run out of time. That's not a thing that would happen. Imagine running out of time in a Resident Evil game.
Unheard of.
Yeah. And chat, you also get an advantage with the proposal I made, because you see, I have lots of things I could say, but I'm the host, so I can't say those.
Atta girl. Think we're almost out of here.
So this is your time to shine, specifically. Ooh, excuse me.
Worth a try.
And now we're definitely at the end here. We're gonna have the boss fight and just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we gotta lock in.
I believe in you. Is it time for the hood to come up?
It's time for the hood to come up, Deadpool Wolverine style. Well, once I get this cutscene, not right now.
Fantastic. And just so everybody knows as well, I wanted to give an update on the incentive. We're almost at $100 for that $250 needed for those cutscenes. We're at $93 out of $250. So chat, get those work complaints and those favorite villains in. Exclamation point donate in chat while Zozo finishes up this run where we just shoot this man with every rocket we have, which since it's infinity, it's just going to be until he dies.
I keep firing a mist.
Oh, I hate that.
They'll lunge at us, and then we gotta just hit the ground.
So what do you think was Umbrella's ultimate goal? Time. So before we go, what do you think was Umbrella's ultimate goal in making bioweapons where the weapons were really just masses of meat and eyeballs?
That's a good question. It's a very good question I can't answer.
Because I wonder that often, where it's like everything is just flesh mounds and eyeballs and teeth. What was the goal here? Like, what kind of bioweapons were you making? I'm experiencing confusion. I don't understand. But
Let me say for the record, new PB for Linear
nice!
And Family.
Oh, I love that.
Hashtag new PB for Linear and Family.
Oh my god, hashtag new PB for Linear is it. That's fantastic. Love that for you. So that just means you have to just keep climbing, and then you gotta get this on mainline, and then we have to talk about things like frame fatales, Black in a Flash,
Absolutely.
all the other fun speedrunning events that people can do. Don't do that. It'll probably get us cooked. Don't do that. But nonetheless, I'm excited about a PB. I love that for you. I love that for you. Well,
palms were not sweaty.
Oh, you was locked in. Well, do you have anyone that you want to thank? Do you have any shout outs you want to make?
I definitely want to thank, of course, Renzi and Big Scare for getting me into speedrunning, and also Big for asking me if I wanted to take part in this as a bonus run, getting the opportunity to showcase Resident Evil 2 once more, and be with such awesome people, especially doing this for Linear and Family. It's so nice to be able to just fundraise for such a good person and good family. And I would like to say that I am ZozoDuderino, of course. Find me on twitch.tv/ZozoDuderino. Also on YouTube, Blue Sky. Making some good content, hanging out. Mm-hmm. And of course, I'd like to thank you, BT, as a lovely host.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I mean, I'm glad that you got a chance to be the bonus run for this, and I'm really, really excited that you came along, gave us some more Resident Evil goodness. Resident Evil runs are always a good time. Always a good time. If you say no to a Resident Evil run, it's official. I can no longer trust you. I cannot trust you. Unless you were trying to do something like the Umbrella Chronicles or Revelations or something like that, then my trust might become questionable. It might become questionable. But nonetheless, thank you so much, Zozo, for giving us this run, helping us raise money for LinearC, and for the new PB. Congratulations.
Right.
Congratulations. Awesome. It is greatly appreciated and wonderful to have you here. Chat, I think we're going to take a smidgy poo of a breather. I know I need a little bit of a breather. My hands are also sweaty, being here as a witness to the PB. It's very tough work, very hard work. I'm going to get up and maybe stretch my legs a little bit, give them a little bit of a walk around. I just found out there's a cat under my desk, so that's cool, I suppose. Yeah, there's a cat under my desk, so that's neat. And we're going to be back here in a couple of moments, and we're going to be doing our final run of the marathon. We're going to be doing our final run of the marathon. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be the queen herself, LinearC, doing some Clock Tower 3. Clock Tower 3. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss those cutscenes. Again, we're at $93 out of $250 needed. That's going to go until the end of the run. Exclamation point donate in chat. We'll be back here in just a couple of moments. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good chance to get up, stretch your legs, maybe get yourself some agua. Have you drank your water today? Have you had your water? By the way, if you have those zero sugar sodas and stuff, those count too. Don't let no weirdo on the internet tell you otherwise. Go get your hydration, go get your dinner, go get your snacks, unshrimp your back, and get ready to enjoy the final run for Lifeline with Linear. I hope you've all enjoyed the long day, the 4 days, 5 days. You know what? Counting is hard, and I am just like not into counting today. But the 5 days of content, I hope you've all enjoyed it. I hope that you've all had a chance to contribute and help out Linear with the hardship that they've been encumbered with. Who up supporting they homies? Who up hydrating? Who up unshrimping they back? It's you, chat. It's all of you, chat. And I hope that you get a chance to do !donate so that we can go ahead and get this incentive met. Again, it's going to go until the end of the last run, which we're about to start here in just a couple of moments, of Clock Tower 3. Once the run is done, it's going to be finished, and then we will no longer be able to see those cutscenes. But I know you can do it. I know chat wants to see those cutscenes. They want to see the school of Will Shatner acting in action. They want to see all the bad, horrible rendering. They want to see that really intense delivery with no mouth movement. !donate in chat to go ahead and get towards that incentive. Again, we got some offers out there. I still want to know about your favorite villains. And I still want to know, what are the things you would love to say to your boss that you kind of can't? Vanessa will read them for you in her most professional voice. And the reason that this is all important, again, as a reminder, we are here for Lifeline for Linear, which is a mutual aid marathon, raising money for our fellow speedrunner, homie, comrade, LinearC, who recently became a single mother and has accrued a lot of unexpected debt. In response, her friends and the community, everybody here who's been hanging out all weekend, hanging out ever since the start, putting this all together, producing, hosting, bringing together runs, the entire community has come together to present 5 days of amazing speed runs in her support and in her name. If you want to help Linear directly, you'll be doing that by doing !donate in chat. Get you an incentive of cornball content, but also help out somebody in need. Help out somebody in need. We're going to go ahead and move over to our final run for the evening with LinearC, doing some Clock Tower 3. Hey, you want to tell us a little bit about that there run you got going and some of the stuff you're going to be showing us? Maybe tell us who your comms are and everything. Uh-oh. Is the tech teching? Oh no. Is the tech issue teching? Oh no.